Hey, what's up, y'all? We're back with another video tutorial. Thanks for tuning in. This is JP, Jonathan Paul, and what we're going to be doing in this lesson is something that I call chord cardio. We're going to get into some different ways that you can practice the chords in all 12 keys, but this particular lesson is based around the major chord in root position, okay? And then the next lesson that we're going to do is the major chord in first inversion. Then the one after that is going to be the major chord in second inversion. But the goal here is to get you to practice with me. We're going to exercise, and that way you can get your chord vocabulary up and know all your chords in all 12 keys. But like I said, this is based around the major chord. So if you're looking to get better in playing your chords in all 12 keys, this is for you. We're going to use the circle of fourths to kind of do it, and then I also have a drum loop to do it too as well. So this is take one. So in take one, this is going to more so be about breaking down the concept of what I'm doing and how to practice, and you can also practice with me. And then take two, that's for if you just want to get straight to it, like it could be a part of your daily regimen. And the goal is to actually be able to do it to the point where you don't have to think about it anymore. So if you're thinking about it, you don't have it. You know, you're still thinking about, okay, what's the next chord? What's the next chord? Then that means you don't really have it internally. So the goal is to do it, you know, in repetitions and repetitions. And then when you automatically know where you're going without having to think about it, that's how you know you got it. That's how you know you've mastered, and then you're ready to move on to the next inversion or next particular chord, depending on, you know, where we are in this series of lessons. So this is a series of lessons. We call this chord cardio. Let's get straight to it. Actually, if you haven't learned, you know, your basic chords, I suggest you go to the foundational side of the website, and that's where we get into breaking down, you know, what these chords are and what they do. But this is just for practicing. You can also download the PDF I created where it has all the major chords in all 12 keys for this particular lesson. So check the link down below the lesson. That's where you can find this particular PDF. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to use the circle of fourths to practice. So we're going to go from the key of C major. Then we're going to go to F major, then we're going to go to B flat major, and then we're going to just keep going around the circle, but we're going to do sets of three. So starting off, we're going to start like this. We're going to start with a C major chord to F major chord to B flat major chord like this. C major, F major, B flat major. And then the next set is going to be E flat major to A flat major to D flat major. Then we're going to keep going to a G flat major chord, to a B major chord, to E major chord. These are all in root position. And then A major chord, to D major chord, to G major chord. Then we start all over, then we're back on a C. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way around the circle, but I'm not gonna put it all together all at once. We're gonna break this up into sets of three and do some repetitions with these sets of three first. And then we're gonna start to build on top of each other. So the first set of three chords that we're gonna play is going to be a C major chord to an F major chord to a B flat major chord. Now, I have a PDF. It's in the downloads right below. Check out the PDF. It says sheet music, but I actually put the PDF that has all the major chords for this lesson in every key, so you can use that as a reference. I'm also going to tell you some of these notes too as well. So the C major chord, what we got is C in the left hand, and then C, E, and G in the right. Then the F major chord, we have F in the left hand, and then F, A, and C in the right. Then we're going to go to a B flat major chord. We got B flat in the left hand, and then B flat, D, and F in the right. Okay? So C major to F major to B flat major. Here we go. Let's do that much. Here we go. C major, F major, B flat major. Let's do it again. C major, F major, B flat major. C major, F major, B flat major. C major, F major. Sorry about that heavy foot on the sustain pedal. Here we go. C major, F major, B flat major. Now I'm gonna be quiet. You say it. sure you're nice and relaxed. All right, so that's the first set of 3. Now, what I want to also tell you is that you want to make sure that you stay relaxed because it's important, and you want to say the chords too as well because that's what's going to help you to remember, these chords in all 12 keys. So now let's move on to the next set of 3. So we're going to go from an E flat major chord to an A flat major chord to a D flat major chord. And what we're gonna play is on the E flat, we have E flat in the left hand, and then E flat, G, and B flat in the right. Then we're gonna go to the A flat major chord, and I have A flat in the left hand, and then A flat, C, and E flat in the right. Then we're gonna go to the D flat major chord. I have D flat in the left hand, and then D flat, F, and A flat in the right. All right, so let's work that out. We're gonna do that, I don't know how many times, but just do it with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Let's do it again. E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major. Now I'm gonna be quiet and you say it. Whoops. I don't know, I just went blank for a second. All right, so now let's go from the top, from the key of C major, and put everything together. So we're gonna go from C major to F major to a B flat major, right? And then we're gonna go to an E flat major, to an A flat major, to a D flat major. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major. Let's do it again from C. C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major. So you say it now. Do it a few more times. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next set of 3, which is gonna be G flat major to B major to E major. So on the G flat, what I got is G flat in the left hand, and then G flat, B flat, and D flat. That's your G flat major chord. Then we're gonna go to the B major. I have B in the left hand, and then B, E flat, and G flat in the right. This is your B major chord. Okay, this is your E major chord. You can call that G sharp or A flat, it's up to you, okay? So here we go. 2. 1, 2, 3 from the G flat major. Let's do it again. G flat major, B major, E major. Doing good, hang in there. Back to the G flat. Let's do it a few more times. All right, so now let's put everything together from the key of C major and work our way all the way to where we are now. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, G flat major, B major, E major. Back to C. It sounds crazy because we didn't really quite complete the circle. So once we complete the circle, it'll sound like it make more sense a little bit. But it's all major chords, so it's kind of weird sounding. Back to C. Two, 3, back to C. One, 2, 3, back to C. 1, 2, 3, and all right, so now we got one more one more last set of 3s to go. So we're gonna go from the A major to D major to G major. And then this whole thing is gonna start all over again from the C, okay? So this is the last set of 3 chords that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna put everything back together. So we're gonna do some repetition. So let's look at the first chord off of the A. So I have A in the left hand, and then A, C sharp, or also known as D flat, and E in the right. Okay? So A major chord to a D major chord. So I got D in the left hand, and then D, technically this would be called F sharp, and A. Okay, that's a D major chord. And then we go to a G major chord with G, B, and D with the G in the left hand. Okay, let's work that out. 1, 2, 3, and from the A major to D major to G major. Do it again. A major, D major, G major. 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 major, G major. I'm gonna be quiet now and you say it. Let's do it a few more times. A major, D major, G major. All right, so that is the last set. So what we're gonna do is put everything together. I hope you remember all of these chords. Let me know in the comments how you're doing at this point. And also, if you have any other ways to practice, let me know in the comments, like, what's your approach to learning chords in all 12 keys? I really want to know. There's a lot of different methods. This is one that works for sure. And once we get into more complex chords like major sevenths, major ninths and stuff like that, then it's gonna sound more musical than this. This is a little bit more bland sounding, but it's better than going up half steps. So I'm trying to put a little concept together so you can practice, but hopefully this works for you and you just do it with me. So that way you don't feel like you're forced to do it by yourself. That's the whole point of these lessons. All right, so you ready to go to the top? Let's do it. Key of C major. Get your hands in position. I'm gonna give you a little break. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major, A flat major, D flat major, G flat major, B major, E major. And this is the last set right here, that A major, D major, G major. Now we're going all the way back to C. Here we go. Back to C. Doing good. Now we're going back to C again. So this is how you would practice until you get them all down in all 12 keys. Repetition is where it's at. But you got to do it to the point where it's not boring. Okay? And it's still kind of boring, but it's better than doing it without me. Okay? Because that's when the practice, you got to do this by yourself. Takes a lot of discipline to be able to listen to these chords over and over and over. Trust me, I know. I'm gonna be quiet now. One, two, three, and all right, y'all, so that is the whole circle of fours covering the major chords in root position. So what we're gonna do in take 2 is just do the exercise. There's no talking. And that's something that you can go to daily until you get the whole thing down without thinking about it. So remember this, if you're thinking about what chord is coming next, I repeat, if you're thinking about what chord is coming next, that means you don't have it down. Mastery means that you're doing things effortlessly. I mean, we master how to talk. We're not thinking about, well, we are thinking about what we're saying, but let me use another example. Walking. We've mastered walking. We don't think about, okay, I got to put my right foot first and then my left foot next. Like, no, you just walk. And that's the same thing when it comes down to this stuff, is once you internalize it, then it's yours and it's yours forever. So make sure you don't rush the process, trust the process. And when you're ready to just dig in and start practicing, I'll see you in take 2. I'm not going to do any talking. It's just press play and get with me. All right? See you there. God bless.